Barry here, and I wanted to take you around and give you a little tour of my shop. Now, there's a lot of YouTube videos out there on how-to videos on how to be a florist and how to floral design. I have noticed they're all very pretty and very there's probably a magic curtain, kind of like Wizard of Oz and the Wizard. Like there's a curtain going on where all the behind the scenes happens. But that's not what I want to do, and that's not what I'm about. I love pretty things and I love beautiful stuff, but I want to get raw and get real with you and just be really transparent, because I think you deserve that. And that's where all the fun's at. That's where the real exciting stuff happens in floral design. So that's what I want to do with you guys today. And I'll tell you a little bit why I'm giving you the tour in a little bit. But part of it is I just want to show you that I'm legit, and I really do have a florist that's been in business 20 years. We're going to go outside here, and the door, and it's like I said, this stuff is, there's some things that need to be fixed. There's my vans right there, Dahlia Florist. So we've got two of them. One of them just needed a big $700 or something. They're just, it's always something. And then here's my big shiny silver cooler that I'm so proud of. I went for years without it. We just had to make do with coolers inside, and so when I got that big amount of space to house weddings and flowers, it was like, I was like, like the angels had sung. It was amazing. And then out here we have lots of vases ready to go, and I can't wait to tell you about all the different kinds of vases that you'll get to use. So come on in, and here's the shop, and then this is the design table right here, so as you saw, we walked in, and people come in and they're able to just talk to the designer and see the magic happen. And I believe that art is very much related to flowers. They're the same, very much the same. So with that, what I'm trying to say is that I like to include the customer in on the experience. Just like I want to include you in on like the most amazing experience ever, and whatever I can do to bring that to your life. That's what I'm about, and that's what I'm about for the customer. And then over here we have the design table and the printer to print out the orders. We have some general pricing here. Of course, with a florist you have to, a lot of bookkeeping, so we have folders, and we have delivery papers and times and all of that. We pre-make bows, and it's really cool. We stick them on a foam block, so we have those just ready to go. All of the ribbons, I love ribbons. So cool, so much fun. Okay, and then we're gonna walk into the main design room, or the main display room. So here's the checkout counter, right, I can't see it, right there, right here. So and the art on the walls is by me and moi. So as I'm sure you are creative in many aspects and different things, we all have our superpower that we're creative with. My designer here, Wendy, her superpower is gardening, besides being a florist. Mine is painting. I love to paint, love it, love all kinds of sculpture, all that stuff. But it's really important that you set yourself apart in the floral world with that artistic touch, that thinking outside of the box. We here at Dahlia, we don't copy, we create. We come up with things that are new. We do things that are different. And we have to, because when I look at a flower or a plant, I have to do something different because the plant's asking for it. It's saying, hey, why don't you put a piece of okra over here? And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So we don't copy, we create here, and that's what sets us apart, and will set you apart as well. And then we have the beautiful cooler with all the flowers in it, and we'll get inside that at some point. And more of the front room, I can hear it changing a little bit. So we have beautiful orchid, more containers, stuff to be able to use in the thing. And then this is our is my beautiful wedding room. So there's the door, and this gate behind me, we close that before a bride comes in, and we don't let a bride into this room until we're ready to bring her in, because it's a really special room. It's meant just for, there's Audrey Hepburn, breakfast at Tiffany's. So whenever I have a question, I just ask Audrey. If I'm nervous and I'm not sure what to do, I ask Audrey. And she always has an excellent answer for me. So one of the things I'll show you is the ceiling. I don't know if you can tell, but it looks like suede. I have a friend who does faux finishes, and they're so cool. And then of course I have my, that's a replica of a French Parisian chandelier. Restoration Hardware has the best stuff. And right now the blush and creams, flowers are really in for brides. So love that. And the mercury glass, which I'm showing you there. So you got the mercury glass, and you have the blush and cream hydrangeas. And then everything, we have all these different containers to use around the room. Let's see. So we make use of all different, so when brides are in here, we can explain and show different fun things. And there's the Restoration Hardware mirror. Such a beautiful room, love it. Okay, so now we're walking into where all of the craziness goes on, and it's a little dark in here. I'll have to turn the light on. I told you it's raw, it's authentic. I really just wanted to give you a tour and inspire you of what a real florist looks like and what we're doing. I mean, so we just went from a daily design room, and where magic happens in front of the customer, and we give the best customer experience, and we have the most fun that we can have. And then you saw the delivery table. So once an item is made, it goes to the delivery table, and then the driver is responsible for delivering it to whoever gets it. Then you saw kind of the front scenes, which was the checkout room and the display room. And then we moved to the wedding room, which is definitely like, you know, that's like off limits unless you're a bride. And then all this craziness back here are all these notes. And then I love this. We have all these different types of roses that we can get in. And then we have more David Austin roses over here. Yay. I mean, just, and they smell so good, and they're so gorgeous. It looks like an authentic garden rose. So cool. So right now we're in the processing room and the bridal design room. So we have all these different tables here. There's a table, and we have flower paint. It's paint that's specifically designed to put on flowers to help tint a flower. So let's say a flower comes in too pink instead of more of a lilac purple color, we can add just a little bit of that watercolor type spray to it, and it just softens it a little bit. You definitely have to be careful with it. We love natural, of course, prefer it. But you got to go off the cuff sometimes, right, guys? Beautiful green hydrangeas right here. Those will last forever. So pretty. Tackle boxes. Of course, there's not fishing stuff in there. It's all about when we have more vases. And then, and more ribbons. And right here we've got the ribbons for all the weddings with the ivories and the whites. And we have probably about 50 different shades of white. And then in here, this is where all of the water happens, the washroom. Look at all the buckets. It's crazy, I know, but it's, I mean, every day, every day, I wish I could show you like a before and after shot, because the morning it starts one way, and then by the middle of the day, it looks different. Like, I'm not kidding you, one time I walked in and an employee had greenery up to her knees, because there is that much like trash going on when you're cutting stems and you're taking off leaves. And so it gets pretty crazy around here. And this is kind of like, it's so crazy to be in here when it's calm, when the phone isn't ringing and you're not talking to customers and you're not helping brides, but it's just quiet. I mean, listen, nothing. It's amazing, because we do tons of weddings here. Like I said, I've been open for 20 years, going on 20 years, and it has been quite a road. Really, just something very unexpected. Never, even better than I imagined, I would not have probably said that 12 years ago, you know, when I'd been in business 3 to 10 years. For the first 3 to 10 years, it was just like a madhouse, and it was learning just crazy. And that's what I want to bring to you, is to get you going full speed with the flower design part, because I run into so many people and customers that look at the flowers when I'm designing them, and they say, oh my gosh, I've always thought of working in a flower shop. I always wanted to do that. You know, I just think that would be so much fun. And I want to bring that to those people, to you that want it, because it is a lot of fun, and it's not intimidating and overwhelming if you have the basics. And that's what I want to bring to you, is the basics. So yeah, I'm just amazed that it's been this many years in business, and all the different amazing employees and friends I've met, the connections I've made. So I wanted to start it out with a little introduction of what a florist is about, so you kind of think about that in your mind. And reason being, because when you're thinking probably, well, I'm not going to turn my house into a florist. Well, that is kind of what happened to me, because I started at my house. You know, some people had heard, okay, maybe I could design. You know, they didn't really know, but they thought maybe I could. And so I took on some different projects, and I took on gardening and just whatever anyone said, you know, hey, can you do this? I was like, sure, I can do it. Yes, I can. And then I just found a way. I found a way of how to do it. And I want to save you that trouble and all of those years that I had to go through to learn all of this stuff. And not only that, but my house turned into a wreck because I was making arrangements and plants and everything at our house. So it became a florist on its own. And I kind of want to preempt that by how can we, for you, make that not be the case where your house turns into a wreck, but you have fun and you enjoy flowers, and it's something easy for you to do, and you're going to wow your friends and your family, and you're just going to love it, and you can make money at it if you want, but you don't have to, and it's just going to be awesome. And all those courses that you've taken that don't show you the real behind the scenes and don't show you all of the real details, like they leave out some of the most important things when they close that curtain, and then they just show you the pretty stuff. Well, that's not going to be this course. This course is going to be all about getting into it and having a good time while we do it, because what is the use of anything if you're not having fun? So that is where we're at, and we're going to follow your dream, and you are going to have a great time. Okay, until next video, bye.